Section C1. At your interview, you described your Category 2 check of the design of the strengthening works at the St Saviour's Bridge, open brackets, STSB, close brackets, in South East London, stop. You explained why and how you carried out a non-linear analysis, brackets NLA, close brackets, of this cable-stayed bridge, comma, which had displayed excessive deflection and deformation, comma, and determined its natural frequency in several modes. Your work led to modifications to the linear elastic model, LE model, that the strengthening designers had used, and to changes in the strengthening works themselves, stop. You described in depth the features and benefits of using non-linear analysis software for particular types of structure, and some of the pitfalls, and the need to carry out manual sense check calculations, especially when tension members went into compression, stop. You described the standards you had used for various parts of the work, and in particular explained why you had used British standards, not Eurocodes, to carry out the Category 2 check itself, open brackets, because British standards were the standards STSB had originally been designed to, close brackets, stop. You also described how, in your bridge inspection and assessment work, comma, you ensured inspection notes were checked and reviewed to identify any appreciable changes, signs or symptoms since the previous inspections, and decided whether no safe load assessment, a special LSA, a simple LSA, or a more rigorous LSA was justified, stop. Your reviewers are satisfied that you meet the requirements of the attribute knowledge and understanding of engineering, stop. C2. Following on from your reviewers' comments to attribute 1 above, comma, your reports and presentation were clear and detailed on the procedures and operations involved in the particular stages of the projects covered in your reports, including the work of your design, of your inspection, assessment and design teams, and that of specialists with whom you worked and liaised. Your reviewers were satisfied that you meet the requirements of the attribute practical application of engineering. C3. Although you had not yet any line management responsibility or pastoral care responsibility for junior engineers reporting to you, comma, you were responsible for staff allocation to your projects, including liaising with your firm's overseas offices, to which design and detailing work was outsourced. On your inspection and assessment work, you fulfilled the role of COS, open brackets, controller of site safety, and STL, site team leader, in which you manage both the inspection and assessment tasks, as well as the safety of the work and the taking over and handing back of the site to Network Rail after the work was completed. You described the different types of safety training that you and members of your team underwent for rail inspection work, although noting that it was your firm's policy not to undertake line side works while trains were running. Stop. You look forward to the time when you would have more pastoral responsibilities, pastoral and business responsibilities. Stop. As an example, you described, as mentioned in under attributes 1 and 2 above, you described the changes that you had required in the analysis in the model used for the St Saviour's Bridge and the changes to the strengthening works themselves, even though this represented quite a fundamental change in approach. Stop. You also refer to your safety responsibilities when acting as a COS and how you sometimes had to make decisions to abort or modify or curtail work of your own volition because of safety reasons. Stop. Your reviewers are satisfied that you meet the requirements of the attribute independent judgment and responsibility. C5, commercial ability. You described the forms of contract under which you carried out the inspection and assessment and category 2 work, how you negotiated changes to fee proposals resulting from more rigorous analysis following more rigorous assessment analysis following inspections, and how the design of the strengthening works at St Saviour's Bridge and the Cat 2 check was originally costed, and the additional work following the Cat 2 check was incorporated into the agreement with the client. Stop. Your reviewers are satisfied that you meet the requirements of commercial ability. C6, health, safety and welfare, refer to earlier requirements, earlier assessments. Sustainable development. Your reviewers noted that the inspection and assessment work and the Cat2 check were represented intrinsic examples of sustainable development in allowing the continued use of existing assets. You explained how your experience on inspection work, how you use your experience on inspection and assessment work to introduce more effective means of inspection for new works, and how your firm was making increasing use of drones and image enhancement techniques as a replace for touch distance inspections that standards presently required. Stop. Your reviewers are satisfied that you meet the requirements of the attribute sustainable development.